So now that you've seen our film, what do you enjoy most about it?
I think the thing that stood out to me the most was the use of sound, like towards the end where you kind of mixed in the sounds of sort of like the strange sounds of the hospital, and I liked the use of just like the beep at the end. So like when your character walks past, you don't hear what he says, you just hear like a beep, and it's kind of disorientating, so I thought that was good.
I like the idea of the days repeating themselves, as it's very unique for a thriller. In addition, the scene where the car crash was really creative, as you used the blinking effect to create a dramatic effect.
One of the best things I like about this movie is the camera angles that you guys have used. It is really effective that you use like long shot, mid shot, and like close-ups. Also, another thing that I like is you guys use like first person perspective, and that's really good.
Were there any weaknesses?
There were also some weaknesses with sound as well, funnily enough. So I know particularly with Eleanor's audio, it's very hard to hear, and that would have benefited from being dubbed in post-production rather than just using the audio straight from the camera. You had too much noise of the buses and the traffic in the background, and you can't hear what Eleanor's saying a lot of the time, or some of you. So I would have worked on the dialogue audio a bit more. I mean, I don't know if it's a weakness or if that's what you intended, but the kind of the overall story wasn't maybe as clear. So I wasn't sure at the end whether or not he had been killed or not, or whether or not he was in a coma. But again, that might have been your intention to sort of confuse the audience.
What could have been done to improve this film?
Again, so working on the audio as a whole would have been, like the audio levels as a whole would have improved it. It was quite an abrupt start, and I think it might have benefited from like a slower paced start, so that you know, because it felt a little bit like it was going to be like a cop drama, or it was going to be a little bit more fast-paced by the sort of like the feel of the opening, and yeah, finally I think, you know, just like the general narrative of it, the story may have benefited from being a little bit clearer at the end, but that's just my opinion.
One of the things that you should improve on the wind noise, like it's so loud that you can't even hear the dialogues between two characters in the movie.
In the scene when it says, "How are you doing?" I think that you could have added more questions, so it would have created like more confusion, and it would make us, the viewers, understand what he's feeling. That he would be confused.
Would you recommend this film to others?
As a short film, I think, yeah, I would recommend it. It works well. It's interesting. You know, you're left. I think the point of a short film is sometimes to be artistic, but sometimes also to like leave questions unanswered, and you obviously do that in your film, so it leaves a lasting impression.
All right, thank you.